friends, it's Sarah at Crochet.With.Coffee, and today I have a fun thing that I wanted to start with you. So I talk about thrifting a lot, and I tell you guys that I like all the different finds that I have found at the thrift store, and I have been finding a lot of weird yarn lately, and I decided I need to do something with it. So what I want to do is like a fun little series where I'm going to do a little bit every week with you guys, or hopefully every week, hoping I can make sure that I get it done every week. But I want to explain what it is that I want to do. So I found a lot of thrifted yarn, and what I want to do is make a really comfy, cozy blanket, and probably a large size because I'll show you how much yarn I have from the thrift store. And I have just been finding a whole bunch of odds and ends, strange textures. You can tell that the skeins were partially used or it was a ball of yarn. Most of them don't have labels, and I thought it would be really fun to do random picks for this blanket. So what I want to do is a granny stitch in the row, so just back and forth in a granny stitch. And how I'm going to do that is do random picks. So I talked to my husband, tried to brainstorm ideas on names, and he thinks we should call it Thrift and Lift, because what we're going to do is take these yarns that I have, and I'm going to close my eyes, randomly pick a thrifted yarn, and he thinks that thrift the yarn, lift the yarn. So we're going to call it Thrift and Lift blanket. We're going to call it a Thrift and Lift. I think what I'm going to call it is WIP Wednesday Thrift and Lift. So we can make this blanket. And I'm going to show you some of the yarn. There's a lot. So it's going to be a big blanket. So with the granny stitch, I'm going to use a large hook for this. I think I'm going to use, let's see, maybe for a hook, I have to play around with it, but I'm thinking I've got a 6.5 millimeter, a 9 millimeter, an 8 millimeter. I don't know. I might land on the 8. Let's see what else I have. What else do I have in here? I've got, let's see, 6 millimeter, 6.5. Maybe an 8. 6.5 or 8. What do you think? One of those. Alright, so we're going to do one of those sizes. And I'm going to show you the yarn. So, 2 baskets. Needed 2 baskets because there's so much in here. So there's like fuzzy. So if I randomly pick something like this, I am going to have to pick another yarn, and I don't know if I'm going to pick that one randomly to go with it, or if I'm going to on purpose look for one to go with it that would, like go with like that. So this is like a medium 4 weight that would go with this. It's probably what I would end up doing. Maybe. Still not 100% sure what I'm going to do. Oh, my nose is all tickly. All this fuzz. But look at, like, this is a velvety yarn. That is so cool. We've got this chunky stuff. We've got more chunky. A lot of these are chunky, but some of them are thinner. So you've got that one. I'd probably do that one on its own. So many. Oh, here's one that I would definitely pair with something. So this is an acrylic that is very thin and fuzzy. I think I would pair that with something. I'm not sure. Could test it out and see. All right, so that's some of them, and then here's my second basket. And they're not split up in any certain way. I just grabbed them and took them. This stuff, look at this. This is like thin. It's really soft. And a lot of these, I'm not sure what they are. But nice and soft. This one is really cool. Look at all these. Got some Noro. There's some cool colors in there. Wow. So, got a little bit of red heart. And, some homespun. Got a bunch of these. I've got some in bags, like this ribbon stuff. I don't know. I'm super excited to try these out and to do my random picks. So, it's going to be so fun. Okay, I can't keep looking because Alright. So, what I'm going to do is pick a random one with my eyes closed, and we'll see. I don't know which basket I'll pick, but so I don't know how I'm going to pick what basket I'm going to do, but maybe I'll just alternate one basket, one of each. So we will do our random pick today, and I'll get started and show you what I have accomplished. And we'll see how many colors I can get done in each episode. I'm not sure how many I will do each week, each color, how many colors I'll do each week. It'll probably vary depending on the time that I have. But just stay tuned and see what neat colors we come up with and the order that it is and how it ends up looking. I feel like it's going to be strange, but I'm really excited to see what it looks like. Okay, let's do our first pick. I think I'm going to go with the first basket this time and just do my random pick, right? Ooh, it's chunky. Alright, let's see how far I get with this one. So I think I'll go with, do I want to do the 6.5? Or do I want to go with an 8? All right, let's go with an 8. See how it goes. I don't know how long to make this. I haven't decided. Alright, so I have 170 chains. So I am using a pattern by CJ Designs, and the pattern says to start with 170 chains. So you're going to do that. I'll link the pattern that I'm using in the description so that you can follow along if you want to make one too. So the pattern says that you're going to do your single crochet in each chain all the way across. So I am going to do that, and I'm going to run out of yarn. So I will do another pick with you when I run out. Alright, I've come to the end. I had that much in single crochets and the rest in a chain. So I'm going to do my second pick, and I'm going to pick from my second basket. Here we go. Our next color. Alright, I think what I'm going to do is attach them with a magic knot. I'll show you what I do. I don't know if I can make a lot of sense of it, but really what you're doing is you're tying a little half knot around the old one to the new one, and then you're doing the same thing around the old one with the new one. So we've got 2 half knots there, and then you pull them tight, and then you cut the yarn right next to the knot. And it doesn't, I do this with all of my color changes, like mid-row, and it does not come undone. It is on there. I've never had one of those come undone. So I think that's what I'm going to do throughout when I have a color change, because most likely it's going to be mid-row and not on the end. And I don't want any scraps from these, because especially my chunky yarn, I will not use that for anything, because I don't typically have chunky yarn. So I'm going to finish my single crochets across this row, and I will meet back up with you when I'm at the end for just to check in, see how we're doing. I feel like this skein is going to take me a little bit of a ways because it's larger than the first one. So I'll meet back with you at the next step. So I'm just going to continue with this pattern, finish with my chains, and then the next row you start with your granny stitch. And if you want to make your own, go ahead and check out their pattern and start with you can check out their pattern and do a fun blanket with me if you want. And it doesn't need to be a scrap blanket. You could do this with just regular yarn, but that is the pattern that I'm going to be using, and go check it out if you want to. Alright, so I'll meet you back at the end of this blue skein, and we'll see what my next pick is going to be.
And like more Christmassy, and I'm like, I'm not really going to wear it that much. Whereas if this one's more wintry, I can still wear it in January. I can wear it in November. It's not going to be done in November, no. But I could if I wanted to. So I have
finished the second color. I got about little less than 2 rows of that chunky yarn, that blue. So I'm just gonna alternate baskets. So I started with 1, did 2. We're gonna do 3, or we're gonna do 2. We're gonna do 1 again. Basket 1. Let's see, I should shake it up a little, huh? Okay. Gray. This is does not say, but I got it for $1. What is it? Or maybe I got it for 50 cents. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It is a medium 4 weight. I can tell that, but I don't know anything about it. It does not say. It's 100% acrylic. Let's look at the label. Crafter's Square. It's a knitting yarn, 2 ounces. I've never seen this brand before. Is anybody familiar with this one? I wonder if it's old. Looks like a newer label though. It's got a barcode, so it's not too old. All right, so let's get started on this one. You know, I'm thinking while I was doing this other row, I'm thinking that I should probably have like a maximum amount of rows I should do, because like this yarn is going to get me farther than like that first color did, or like this is going to be less than one that is like this one. That's going to go a long ways. So I'm thinking I should do 3 rows maximum. And then I'll put the leftover in the basket for another pick later on. What do you think? So I don't want to be doing that, like one of these, which I think this one's going to be more than 3 rows. I don't want to be doing this one for forever. So, see, it says it's 115 yards. That's going to go a pretty long way, pretty far. So, I think that's my limit. 3 rows max. Let's see. We'll see where it takes me. All right, let's see. Start. See if I can find a center pull on this one, or if I make a mess. You know, it's always a toss-up. You never know if it's going to be an easy pull or if it's going to... Guys, look at that. That was good. All right. I'm going to get started on that one. 3 rows max. Do my magic knot again. So I'm just doing a half knot around that one, and with the other tail, same thing around that one. Cut my tails. And get started. So I'm liking this pattern. Very simple. It is a 4-row repeat. This is going to be a huge difference. Look at that. That's why I wanted to go with the 8mm, because it's going to be some pretty drastic differences. I'll show you what this granny cluster looks like in comparison to the other one. This hook was too small for the blue, and it is too big for this gray. The gray looks so scrawny. Look at that. Compared. We'll see how it goes.
This here, you screw this into the top, and then you're able to put your yarn on here. I'm really excited to use these spinners for this project. I know I don't need to use both of them at once, but like maybe I'll use like one for one color, one for the other color. I don't know. If you're new to my channel and you like crocheting and crochet projects,
All right, so the recording that I had for the last bit of this Thrift and Lift got deleted or didn't record or something. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I went to go edit the video and it wasn't there. So I needed to do a new outro for this. So I finished the blanket. I did 3 picks, and I started, let's see, started with that first color. It's like a pale purpley color. I don't know if you can see it. It's like a purple pink. And then I did the super chunky blue color, and then this medium 4-weight gray color. So I decided I'm only going to do a color for as long as it is not more than 3 rows of the same color, because I don't want it to be huge chunks of one color, because this skein probably would have gotten me another 3 or 4 rows, and I don't want it to be like huge pieces of the same color, because that'll happen frequently. I just threw it back in the basket so I can either pair it with like one of the eyelash yarns, or use it again when I get another pick for it. So that half, let's see if I can find it. I put it all away after I finished. Let's see. Nope. I don't see it. But anyway, so I put it back in there for another pick another time. And I also wanted to give an overall like thumbs up, thumbs down on what I think of the color. Like, I love the pattern. I think it's going to be really cool as it grows, but I wanted to give thumbs up or thumbs down on the colors. And you guys know I love the fall colors. I love the, the rusty orange and the cozy yellows and the reds and everything. I mean, it's all over. But those are my colors, and these are not my colors. So for me, I give this one a thumbs down because I don't like the color combination and I don't like these colors together. But I would love to hear your thumbs up or thumbs down on this color. The colors that we picked today. And just let me know what your thoughts are. I'd also love to hear what your favorite color combinations are. And in future videos, I hope that we pick out your favorite color combinations. That would be really fun. So stay tuned. I'm hoping to get one of these videos out every Wednesday for our WIP Wednesday Thrift and Lift for this blanket, and just see how big it gets, and until I run out of yarn, because I have those 2 huge baskets of yarn. I really need to get rid of them, and most likely I will not be keeping this blanket afterwards, so I don't know what I should be doing with it. Typically I donate blankets. I will sometimes donate to Project Linus. Joanne used to have a donation center for them. They take those blankets and give them to children that are staying in hospitals, so that they have something cozy to have. And it could be quilting, crochet, knit, any handmade blankets, I believe. You can find on the website their standards and what it is that they accept, but I believe it's like I think it has to be 36 inches by 36 inches as far as size goes. And so they do anything from baby up to teenagers, I believe. But I have donated to them for a long time. I need to find a new location because of Joanne no longer having a spot to drop them off at. But I'm very excited to either donate or do a giveaway. I really don't know what we're going to do with this blanket. Give me your thoughts on what you think I should do, because it is a huge, huge blanket. So thank you so much for joining me for this first episode of our Thrift and Lift, and I hope to see you back at future episodes. I am excited to see what we can do with all these scraps. Have a wonderful day, and if you have not already subscribed, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button and then click that little bell if you would like notifications when I post new videos. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.